Hey everyone, it's Tiffany T here, and I am so thankful to be here with Teresah Lynn, the imprint coach and author, and welcome to Soul Search. This is our new show that we're going to be doing every Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, and we're just so excited. This is something I wanted to do for so long with Teresah, and she's a wonderful, wonderful woman. So go ahead, Teresah, take it away.
Hi, Tiffany. Yeah, great to have doing our first show. It's exciting. And what we have met, Tiffany and I met a few months ago online, and we decided that we would want to do this show and help reach other people in the world and help them find solutions and latent solutions to their problems. And so Tiffany is an experienced numerologist, and I have written my own book and card deck called the Soul's Journey Guidance Cards, and it helps people gain clarity about what their soul's needs and wishes and desires are. And so we're just going to try and help whoever we can and connect with whoever's out there that wants our help.
Awesome. And I see that we have Bruce with us. Bruce, do you want to come on and be our first guest? Do you have any questions, or do you want to know a little bit? We're just trying to establish awareness and understanding. Perfect. We'll go ahead and bring Bruce on.
Coming on.
Okay, so when it says show callers, you can just go to accept, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to block the seat. Hey, Bruce.
Hey.
How are you? Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah, it's been only a few hours.
Yes. Well, and this is Teresah. This is the Teresah who I talk so highly of.
Hi, Bruce. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hello, Teresah. It's spelled different than I'm used to seeing, but cool.
Yeah. Sometimes it confuses people. They look at the H and they don't know how to pronounce my name. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Anyway, so
you'd think so.
What is it that you do?
I am an imprint coach to help people figure out what their life purpose is. And that's my new business that I'm getting into. What I'm kind of pulling, what I've been doing in the past is doing soul coaching, which is helping people connect to their soul's wisdom.
Okay, gotcha. Sort of like I ran into somebody that does something similar, I guess, which kind of helped me decide what I wanted to do as a business, and she kind of pulled that out of me, sort of like, just ask questions of like, what's my passion, what do I enjoy, this, that, and the other, and then I came up with something that I was talking to Tiffany about. So I think I understand what it is that you do.
Right on. So do you want to ask a question, or would you like to tell me what your business is first?
Well, it's not a business yet. I'm in the process of putting things together. But what I am doing is I'm empowering children, kindergarten through 5th grade. That's who I work with right now in a morning and afternoon program. And I'm putting a program together to empower them and strengthen what their things they like to do, whether it's leadership, whether it's helping, whether it's, if they sing, whatever it is, I'm going to nurture that and give them the platform to be able to do it during our program after school. So it'll give them something else to do besides go play games, do their homework and whatever else they decide they want to do, be on the computer.
Well,
so
it's very similar
that's the plan.
Right?
I'm sorry?
It seems to be very similar to what I do, but you work with a younger demographic. It's just pulling out people's natural gifts and helping them figure out what they want to, what they're meant to do, what they want to do, what they desire to do. That kind of it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Wow.
Do you have any questions, Bruce? Like, do you want anything?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any questions, or do you want any insights or guidance on anything having to do with that, or anything else?
Well, my problem here. Okay, what do I do about procrastination? That's my main issue.
And just so you know, Teresah is the creator of the Soul's Journey deck, which is how we got in touch. And her deck is amazing. And when I was establishing my connection with the angels and stuff, this is one that I use. And this deck, it explains everything in detail, and is really kind of behind the psychology of it as well. So it's really
angel
unique.
cards. Is that what those are?
No, hers is the Soul's Journey. So go ahead, Teresah. Go ahead. I'll let you explain it.
Yeah. No, my cards are personal growth cards. So it's more of it's more like a life coaching tool than it is channeled angel stuff. It's more on the practical side. I mean, there's certainly some spirituality to it, but not specifically for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Who wants to tackle this one, Tiffany or I?
What?
Do you want to take this one, Tiffany, or should I, or should we both?
No, you go first. But did you hold up a card already?
No, I wasn't going to. Where'd Bruce go? There he goes.
Okay, so
Bruce.
Bruce is. Sorry, go ahead.
What particular thing are you procrastinating on?
What I'm supposed to be doing.
What you're supposed to be doing. And what part in particular?
The thing with writing the program for the kids.
Writing the program for the kids?
Yeah,
so
getting it into a form where I can, I'm going to run it through my program, through the program I'm working for right now. I want to run it through that program and see how it works, and then I want to take it to a broader audience.
So you want to take this program, run it through, you want to do like a pilot project to try and see how it goes, or sorry, not quite following?
Yeah, I'm going to run it. We have what we hear called safe key, latchkey kids. And I want to run that in alongside what as far as, with the children. Except I'm just going to grab a section of kids and I'm going to work with them and just see how they handle it and how it's going to work. And then after I do the pilot and see how, what the data comes out like and what the success rate is and that kind of thing, then I want to be able to take it to like Boys and Girls Club, other programs like what I'm doing. I want to be able to incorporate it into their program.
Okay, so
if I were you, I would ask what's the best way to get this accomplished or get it done?
That's a good idea.
Teresah, what'd you say?
Okay, I'll pick a card on it then. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking your opinion too, because you're the expert.
Usually there's when I'm procrastinating on something, it's usually there's an element in there that's not really in line with my soul. Because if we're out of alignment in our soul, or if we are in alignment with our soul, we are excited and it's easy to take that next step. Bruce's screen's frozen, so I'm not sure if he's hearing me.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, I hear you.
Okay, so
it does that sometimes.
So what I would suggest is that we pick a card to figure out how to be in alignment with your purpose. Because like I say, when we're in alignment with our purpose, it's easy. And we don't procrastinate. We're excited and we move forward easily.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some element about your program that either just needs a slight adjustment, a shift, or a total, scrap that idea and move on to something different.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
So I think we should start with asking, let's see, I'm just going to go inside a bit with myself and figure this out, what needs to go next. So my question, I think, Bruce, would be something along the lines, and see if this makes sense for you, something along the lines of the steps I'm thinking about taking. will they bring more light to me once I start? Or so I'll leave it at that. Does that make sense? Will that next few steps that I'm thinking about taking, will they bring more light? Will they increase my vibrational energy? So is that okay to frame it that way? Okay. And I'm just going to pick a card on that. So I have my card deck in front of me here. And I'm just going to close my eyes and pick a card. And so I got the card that says accountability.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep.
So what does that mean for you, Bruce? What instantly comes to mind? Yeah, what comes to mind when you hear that word?
Accountability is, in my opinion, is being held accountable for something I'm doing. And the funny thing about that, I said to Tiffany last night, when we were talking about this, I said, I need an accountability partner, and I think it's going to be you.
You said, I need to be kicked in the ass.
Yep.
Me?
I sure did.
Excellent. Well, all right. We can be accountability partners. I'm fully on board on that because I think I need one too because I have a huge amount of to-do list right now. Yeah, I'm right on board there with you, Bruce. So what I'm feeling energetically throughout my body, I don't know if you feel it as well. So my vibrational level went up really high just by thinking about, accountability. That's really all I'm really needing is somebody to be a partner with me on the journey of making those steps with me.
Yes.
Does that make sense? And how do you feel energetically about that idea?
Well, I know that, I'm more excited because then I got somebody I can go to, or they can come to me and say, hey, what have you gotten done so far? And then I got to be accountable and say, hey, this is what I've done so far, and if I don't, then, hey, you're supposed to be, I'm holding you accountable to get something done with this program, get going with it, So like a little kick in the booty saying, move it, buddy. Don't just sit there and do nothing, do something.
So true.
So I'm going to give you my contact information.
You got it? You can just
go ahead. You go ahead and get it and send it to me in a text, Tiffany.
Absolutely.
Because I don't have a pen. I don't have a pen nearby.
And Teresah, why don't you go ahead and type it in so everybody else can see it? And Bruce, I will get that over to you when I'm done. Hi, Heron.
Do I put it in the? Do I put it into the message center or to
send
drop
in message
in link?
the center area.
Message. Okay.
And so, okay, awesome. Well, thanks, Bruce. We're gonna open the room back up so that there's a few other people on that can come on if they want.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
Stick around. Bruce, I'll let you know when we're done tonight. I'm gonna go out and infer people and take footage of it.
Okay. I have to run and pick up my niece, so I shall return.
Okay.
Excellent. Really nice meeting you, and we're going to talk soon then, Bruce. Awesome. Yay, that was really great. That was feeling really awesome.
Hello to people that are out there and joined us. Heron Free. I'm not sure what you want to be called. You could type it in the thing. And Heron. Joe, how are you doing?
Friend of mine.
If you want to go ahead, and this is Teresah, she's an author and the imprint coach, and if you want to go ahead and ask a question, or you need more insight or guidance on something, or you want to know more about yourself, numerology, she's the woman to ask and for guidance. And Teresah, you described your deck so perfectly earlier. What did you say?
Oh, basically, it's kind of like almost like a life coaching system, and it helps you get in touch with your soul's wisdom. So like we just did with Bruce, he asked a question about why he's procrastinating. We picked a card, and the card came out was accountability. So then I asked Bruce, how does that word affect you instantly? And so he goes, instantly. He goes, yeah, that's exactly what I'm needing. I'm needing accountability to get myself going. So Bruce and I will be partnering up in our accountability because I could use one as well. So yeah, my cards are I mean, you can read the whole page of accountability in the book, but sometimes all we need is just to read the card or just to look at the word on the card and go, oh, I know exactly what that's about for me. Sometimes
I was literally talking with Bruce last night in person, and I'm sorry, Teresah, you're on a little bit of a delay for me. Am I for you? Okay.
No.
He was saying how he needed somebody to kick him in the butt, and like that was so perfect that he got that card because it really is accurate. But Joe, you might want some insight since you are an entrepreneur and an investor, an angel investor. That's awesome. And, a venture capitalist, you might want some insight on that or life or in general, or you might want to know what your numerology number is, which is where I can help you. So if you would like to come into the window, please do. We would love to have you. If not, then you can just keep watching. But yeah.
Or Heron's out there too, Heron. If you want to come on in,
Heron,
say hi.
Isn't there anymore. He went to another window real quick. So, and Teresah, I love your cards because how I met Teresah, everybody is, she does the Soul's Journey deck, and I was at the time in my life where I really needed some help, some professional help and guidance and insight on what was going on with me and angels and everything. And I was having some experiences that were unique and different that I hadn't had before. So I started getting decks, because I used to work with decks back when I was 16. However, hi Heron, welcome back. However, I kind of went away from that for a while, but then I was in a soul search mode and just searching for myself again, and connected with Teresah, and she's been able to help me a lot. Like her cards are amazing. I do them every morning, and just to ask, like, what do I need to know for today, or if I need guidance on something, and out of the 9 decks that I use, hers is number 1, so that should say something about her credibility. So
thanks, Tiffany.
Yes. So, okay. What else? I forgot what. Aren't you in the process of writing your second or third book? I can't remember. Your second book?
My second book. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have 2 more that I want to write, but yeah. So one will be on the imprint, so helping you find your life purpose, and the other one will be an expansion of this book. It'll be a little bit more about my own personal journey, personal stories, and my experiences. Like a lot of my, sorry, I'm getting a little gravelly throat here. So like if one of my cards is about letting go, I'll expand upon the subject, talk about how letting go has helped me in my own life. So I'm looking forward to writing that too. Sometime in the fall.
I'm looking forward to reading it.
So who do we got here? We got Heron and Joe. Either one of you want to come on the show and ask a question or?
Wow, I've actually read that. That's crazy. Thank you for joining us and giving us your time. Wow. Do you need any insight or anything on any? I mean, I know you're a coach and everything already. However, if you're a thought leader or whatever, I'm sure all thought leaders need some guidance at sometimes. Or if you want to know your numerology number or what, even though you probably already know it knowing you. What's I just So yeah, so I'm hosting live from Vegas right now. Teresa's in Canada, and I kind of wanted to make it to see where you can see Vegas a little bit. You guys see that?
Nice.
But I think the view will be better at night. I've been having a blast. I've been going around asking people for the gratitude show later. Hey, Colin. Colin, my favorite person. Colin, do you want to come into the window? This is Teresah. She's the author of the Soul Journeys deck and Mario's favorite deck. So I'm not sure if you want to call in or whatever and be a guest and do a reading, or if you already know your numerology number. So, but either way,
Joe,
it's a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for liking my page. And if you want to just say hi too, you want to come on and just say hello and just meet us too, that's great too. Just to put a voice to the face. And just say hi and where you're from.
I know Colin's from the UK.
Yeah. And Heron Free is from Calgary.
And Colin is like one of the
Canada.
coolest guys. He is, I swear, my soul's connected to him in some way. He's amazing. We have a lot in common. He's a self-image strategist. So he's all in alignment with what I do, and I love it.
That's awesome. I am great, Colin. You?
Yeah, how's the project going with Meredith? I only speak the truth, Colin. Colin's in the process. Well, maybe I shouldn't spill the beans. I'll let him tell you. But he's up to something really, really big right now, and I'm really excited for him to get it out there.
Since we have a bit of a lull here, can I tell you about my meditation
Absolutely.
last night?
Love to hear about it.
So I went to a meditation class last night. And a few months ago when I was in class, we were connecting with these energy orbs in another realm, and they were very playful, right? And so I met with these energy orbs again. And then the facilitator says, okay, now take a couple of your orbs with you back to, the human realm. And so I visualized all these tiny little orbs and I threw them in my backpack. And all of a sudden hysteria hit me in the middle of the silent meditation, and everybody has their eyes closed and it's very quiet. There's not a peep, and I'm just in tears laughing. And it was just this energy that was in my backpack. And it was so unusual. And I'm just in tears and snot running down my nose. It was hilarious. And I couldn't stop laughing. Like, it was uncontrollable. It was the oddest thing.
That is so cool.
But it's really interesting. That's right. I mean, isn't that where we all want to get to in life, where everything is just joyful and playful and nothing serious, and there is no pain or problems or suffering anymore, and it's just fun.
Yeah, we resort back to our childlike state, which is so important.
We do.
I love orbs. They still show up in my pictures all the time. Do you remember those ones I sent you a long time ago?
I do,
like,
yeah.
When I went to New York, they were all over, like when I was at the Statue of Liberty and the 9/11 thing, ground point. They were just in like every single one of my pictures. Some of them were on my face, and it was crazy in my pictures. So CJ Ripka on board too. Awesome. It is going to be huge, Colin. I'm so happy for you.
So if there's anybody out there too that wants to just me to pick a card for them, and just, you don't even have to have a question. I can just pick a card and see how that relates to your life. Be something different.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question for Colin because he might be a little bit shy. Colin, I hope you don't mind. So I think a good question for Colin would be, what's the next step he should take in order to make his project really successful, or the successful project that it already is, but to get out there better, more efficiently?
You want me to pick it? Okay, I'll pick any card for Colin. And it's Carefree. So I'm going to read the card on Carefree, Colin. And you can come on the show and just tell us how it relates, or you can just type in if you like, or you can just keep it to yourself. But it's a quick little page here on Carefree. So this page here that I have on Carefree, I'll just quickly read through it. Carefree is living life as it's meant to be, easy, carefree, and playful. And that's what we were just talking about with the orbs, because that's exactly what the energy is about. It's just like there's zero stress. It's just playful. It's just crazy fun. So it's time to put away your problems, Colin, for a while. Enjoy life and have some fun. Drop your self-importance and end your need to take things so seriously. Humor and playfulness will release you from the heaviness of your situation. Celebrate the joy of being alive. Open your arms to welcome the youthful energy that is filled with wonder, joy, and curiosity. Open yourself to the fun that feeds your soul. Let it revive and refresh you. Relax your mind, body, and soul. Smile and see the humor in your situation. Rise above the issue that's been weighing you down and imagine yourself flying free in the open sky above. So imagine if millions of people around the world were laughing, singing, creating, loving, celebrating, dancing, and playing. There wouldn't be time for problems, hurt, revenge, resentments, or worry if we all participated. So Colin, does that make sense to approach whatever the next step you're taking? Approach it with going, okay, what is it that could be really fun? What's the next fun step that I can take? Because a lot of people, they really believe it, and I'm not saying it's wrong, to feel the fear and do it anyway. And if that fear is kind of crushing you and making you feel constricted, that's not a good step to take, I don't believe. So if you can figure out the next step in your life to take, that's going, oh, that would be really fun. I'm excited to try that. That's in alignment with what you want to do.
Perfect. I'm sure that makes much sense to him, knowing Colin. Hopefully he's with us because I think he would respond. Okay, so Heron Free. What do you want to be called, Heron Free? Do you want that? Oh, okay, cool. Colin did hear that. Heron, okay. Heron asked the question. Teresah, do you read that?
One person calling in. Should I?
Oh, it's Colin.
Yeah, I did. A second. So we're bringing Colin on? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Maybe, yes.
Mr. Porter, how the heck are you?
How's it going? Yeah, thank you for you both for letting me in there. Yeah, I enjoyed the reading. Carefree. Yeah, I do need to exercise a little bit of carefreeness, if that's a word. Maybe it is. Maybe I just made that one up. Lately, I've been trying to focus more on the creativity side. You know, playing around with ideas and putting things into place. And it's really started to drop in. So it's quite prolific at the moment, the stuff that you're bringing in for me. As you mentioned rightly a couple of minutes ago, Tiff, I'm meeting up again tonight with Meredith. We've got a couple of things in alignment with the project that we're working on. As I pointed out, CJ Riptree's coming on board, and he's like a great podcaster. So he's in the same field as well with mindset, with the whole helping other people. So it's all coming together great. And thank you very much for the reading.
That is awesome. Do you have any other questions?
You're welcome.
Say again, Tiff, sorry.
Do you have any other questions?
Any other questions?
And just to remind you, this is Teresah. She's Mario's favorite. Mario has a favorite deck called the Soul's Journey. She created that.
Oh, right. Excellent.
Hi,
I was only
nice to
speaking
meet
to
you.
Mario earlier on. So that's fantastic. I've bumped into you.
I'm just going to get my earpiece because I'm having a hard time hearing Colin.
Sure.
Oh, I've probably got the volume turned down too much. Is that any better? Maybe not.
It's better for me.
Bless you. So how are you then, Tiff? What's going on for you?
Oh, I'm amazing. I'm in Vegas right now.
Excellent.
Yeah, just out walking the strip and interviewing people and going to see Above and Beyond tomorrow. Do you know who they are?
I've heard the name bandied about a couple of times. Just give me a quick overview.
Above and Beyond is a group that does, well, EDC is EDC week right now. So
Okay.
they do like electronic music. I don't know what genre to put them in, but they're from London.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, so, and then
Excellent.
Going home Friday, met up with some people that I knew from Facebook, and yeah.
Marvelous. So it's all coming together.
Yeah.
And good time is being had by all, and that's the main thing.
Right. Can you hear?
Is that any better for you, Teresah?
Sorry? It is better, yes.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I'm not going to hog the chair. I'm going to step back in on the side there. So I'm working on some stuff at the moment. I've got CJ trying to call me as well. Meredith's going to call me shortly. But I'll stay in on the side and have a listen there, and hopefully I can catch up with you both again soon.
Awesome. Hopefully too. And Colin, if you need anything,
Thanks
let me
for
know.
coming on the show, Colin.
Sorry, Tiff?
Oh, I said, if you need anything, let me know.
Will do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bless both of you. Have a great night.
Thanks for staying on.
You too. Thanks, Colin.
Okay.
Karen, do you want to come on the screen?
Hang on. I'm just going to take a picture of
Yeah.
this. Yay, your first show. Sorry, such a dork, I know.
Yeah. Thanks, Tiffany, for doing that. That's awesome. It is pretty exciting.
It is.
Wow, these computers are crazy.
It is.
Don't want to share
Hey,
this.
Heron.
Hi.
Hey, lady.
Heron, this is Tiffany. Tiffany Heron.
Hey, Tiffany.
So
Nice
nice
to meet you.
Ew. I've known Heron for what, 5 years or so? 4 or 5 years?
Definitely. Several lifetimes.
Yeah.
I think we were married a couple of times.
Several lifetimes. You think so, eh? How are you? I haven't talked to you for a long time.
I'm doing great. Well, up and down as usual. I released my book, The Relationship Code: 10 Strategies
I
to
read
Attract
half of it
Amazing
so far.
Relationships and Avoid the Bad Ones. So I'm getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm retracting a lot of stuff with helping couples and understanding the underlying dynamics of relationships. So it's some pretty powerful stuff. But what I think happens often, and I don't know if this is more of a masculine energy, where as you dive into the work more, you kind of let go of the joy.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, now we got to work, and then you lose the lightness of the joy of what you're attracting. And so I wanted to kind of pull a card on how to stay in that lighter state, even when you're dealing with stuff that is, deep and, that's quite traumatic.
Do you mind if I ask your birthday, Heron?
March 14th,
Your name are-
1969.
Thank you.
I'm a Pisces.
Did you say 14th or 16th?
14th.
69?
Yep.
Okay.
So you want to know how to stay in a more joyful state while you're working with clients that are going through trauma?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Your voice was cutting in and out a bit.
Yeah, I know. This whole thing is kind of crazy. Yeah, essentially, how do you keep that playful energy even when you're dealing with something which the norm is to be serious on it, right? And I'm good at sort of, keeping things light, but when you're dealing with assault and, different dynamics, it's hard to be like, it's hard to just keep that lightness. So I wanted to card on that.
Well, it's interesting because you work as a clinical psychologist, right? And so don't you have certain... What's that?
Counseling psychology. Really different. But
yeah. So you have certain guidelines you have to follow, don't you? Because if it was just like a life coaching situation or counseling situation, you could kind of be more on the side of, hey, you could go on the law of attraction thing. It's like, why do you think you're attracting the drama and the pain? So you can go more into the philosophical, spiritual side. So as a psychologist, I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I am. And, one of the teachings that I really love that you shared with me before, Teresah, was how we're also, even whatever relationship you're in, there's often a 50-50 dynamic. Because two people have to contribute to the dynamic relationship.
Yeah.
If one person isn't there, there's no relationship. So I play with a lot of those concepts, but I guess in some ways, because I'm also a sensitive person, I'll tend to take on some of that negative energy. And so I guess the question would be, how do you maintain energetically that lightness and that joyfulness, even when the other person is, putting out a lot of painful energy.
Right. Tiffany, did you want to take that through numerology?
Well, I have a little bit of perspective that might help.
That'd be great. Thanks.
You are a life path 6, which means you're a nurturer, just in general. what would make you feel more like to where you can take the stress off and not take things so seriously is, do you have kids? If you don't, if you don't have kids, do you have like a plant or an animal or anything?
My bonsai tree is almost about to die, so that's not a good sign.
Yeah. And I probably won't say this
I love
publicly.
my motorcycle. I think that's becoming my new relationship. So
I won't say this publicly, but get a hold of me afterwards if you want some more insight on that, on your life path number. But life path 6s are like the nurturers. They like to take care of everybody. They often forget to like take care of themselves. So, which makes like you first of all are number one, because if you're not taking care of you, you can't take care of your clients. You can't, you're just not in perfect alignment with what it is, especially that you do. So I hope that you make sure that you take care of you first. But 6s are really fun to begin with. Like they love to have fun. They like to, they're not like the 5 where they're like really, really adventurous and like that's all that they do is like an adrenaline junkie. I don't know. Maybe it's there's some other numbers in your name aspect, but I'm talking about your life path number in general. So, are you in a relationship right now?
Not anymore. I was, but now I'm not.
Okay. Were you a people pleaser or in the relationship?
That's totally my orientation in general. So
yes.
I'm actually shifting towards interesting because through that last relationship, I've created something which I call the relationship matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Helps understand what quadrant they fall in. And one of the big things is there tend to be the nurturer tends to self-sacrifice so much that they give all their self away to hold the energy of the relationship.
Absolutely.
They tend to attract other type, which is somebody who tends to be much more self-serving, who loves to taken care of, and you get this dynamic where one person is giving up a lot for kind of a secondary reinforcement, but it can really tend to bleed you dry after a while.
Right. 6s tend to be in relationships where the other person's the damsel in disguise. Like, because they love fixing things. They're just a natural giver. They're usually doctors, lawyers, counselors, therapists, and because they like to bring out the aspect of feeling indispensable to help, and it's a really positive number as far as human compassion and love goes. And then are you spiritual at all? Because 7 or 6s usually have like you feel spiritually obligated to kind of like a Mother Teresa syndrome.
Right. And that makes sense because part of the anxiety that I'm experiencing now is as I'm trying to shift towards more of doing things which are slightly more self-serving, like marketing programs for my own good only, I actually start to experience anxiety because I'm like, okay, well, this may be the best for people. It only serves, and it starts to cause this split between, my old persona and something different that I'm trying. So I don't know if I'm supposed to keep trying that.
That completely makes sense.
How about we pull a card on that one?
Yeah, we can pull a card on that. But I would just since you're really good though too at seeing the good in people, you would probably want to, if you feel guilty or any bad lower vibrations on doing marketing things for yourself, maybe get someone to help you and then have them pass the project on to something, because coming from that low vibrational energy, you're not going to be as successful as you would if you're vibrating at a higher frequency.
Sorry, you faded out there for a second. Can you repeat that?
I said you wouldn't be, if you do it yourself and you're feeling the lower vibrational energies of feeling guilty or bad, because that's not your nature. You like to do things for other people, then pass it on because if it's vibrating at a higher frequency, the project, and it's vibrating in goodness and you're like, there's another person excited about it, it's going to be a lot more successful than compared to the other. So
that makes sense.
Okay, Teresa, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
And I'm sorry, Heron, go ahead and IM me. I just friended you or followed you on Twitter. I can send you a full analysis and everything, and just let me know. I'm at Tiffany Teeworld. Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you were asking if I am ready.
So what are these cards you've created?
Well, I think you have a deck.
I have several.
Nice one.
It's a great deck.
I think you have mine. Don't you have my deck?
I have your deck. I have the apps. It's great.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're wanting to know about if you step more into this way of being, if that's a good step to keep going in.
Yeah, because let's go with that, because it's sort of like I'm trying to zig when I'm used to zagging.
Yeah.
And I guess that issue is that I feel there's a specific level that I'm not achieving yet. And so what I'm trying to do I need to be more selfish? And as I shift into that style, it creates stress. So the question is that the right approach, or should I just kind of be more open and just receive and let other people take me where I need?
Okay, so we just need to ask one question, so we can't do two at a time. So we'll just go with going in that direction of being different than who you normally are, what that will produce for yourself.
Right.
I got the trust card.
Okay.
So is there anything that instantly comes to mind with that word?
It's kind of ambiguous, because it's like, am I supposed to trust a path that feels uncomfortable? Am I supposed to trust I don't work so hard, and that's all just going to naturally work out? Probably the second. I don't know.
And the second was, sorry?
I mean, the second could be just trust that it's all going to work out and stop stressing about having.
Yeah. Well, remember when we both lived in Victoria, and I was about to do a workshop, and I was all excited about it up till the moment, like a half an hour before I had to go. I was like, I don't want to go. This doesn't feel good. And I talked with you about it, and what was going on for me, I found out why, the one reason why it was feeling like really constricted energy. And once you helped me through that, I got back to that level of joy, and I was excited to go again. So it could be just one of those things. And sometimes until we take action, and you can feel energetically, vibrationally, if you're expansive or contracted. But if I take this step, does it make me feel expansive or detracted? And sometimes it can be because we play these games in our mind, or like these false fears, or it can be a real fear, right? And so what you helped me see is that it was a false fear. It's like, well, I had this fear that actually wasn't even real, and we just kind of worked through it. So if you can get specific about, what the one thing is that makes you feel unsure about going forward. What's the one thing that makes you feel unsure about going forward in this direction?
Well, it's interesting, because now that you're talking, I think what's happening is, since I released the book, I'm super busy. So I actually am attracting a lot of abundance. All these clients are coming in out of nowhere. But I'm so used to not having that much abundance that I think I still have this anxiety that I got to keep working and driving and driving. So, part of this conversation may be that the abundance is actually coming, but I'm so used to not having it that I'm stressing myself out and not just receiving what's actually, and that's kind of make any sense?
Oh, except for you're cutting out a lot. Am I cutting out a lot for you?
Yeah, occasionally. And there's some crazy echoing going on, but it's all good.
Yeah, I hear it as well. Do you hear the echo as well, Tiffany?
I hear the echo. I didn't really hear it cut out, though. I don't hear you cutting out on here. I hear you fine.
Oh, maybe it's me then.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I didn't hear everything that what you said. Sorry.
I'm saying that I think I need to relax more and embrace the abundance that's already arriving, and trusting that more, because I think somehow I'm very used to being in a scarcity model, because it took me a long time to start becoming successful. So even though now I'm successful, I almost don't trust it.
Right.
I would just embrace the process and find like every single little thing to be grateful for.
Yeah, I think so.
Which brings you into that state of, joy and purity. And just like for me, when I get to that point, I'm just like, even if it's grateful that I'm having a good hair day or that my eyebrows aren't, off, like they're the same in perpendicular shape. I mean, just little things that and that makes me laugh and it's goofy. And like being in that state of where you're so in that childlike state and just not taking it so heavy helps you kind of open up to receiving better. And you said you're experiencing a lot of abundance, like that'll just open up more ways for you to experience the abundance that you're getting and flow. The flow will come. Gratitude and thankfulness, and also like just laughing and having fun with every little minute. With Teresa's cards, I've been doing them for like 5 months. And I always get the humor card, like find the sense of humor in the situation.
Right.
I think it's humor. Or it talks about something about being humorous. And it really is, because I take myself way too seriously sometimes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to stop. Okay. Like everything's fine. And when I get in that, I know I'm messing up the law of attraction anyway. So to be aware is awesome. Like it's great. And just be childlike, just laugh, even if it's like, I'm the biggest in the world. I really am. And like, I don't care. I'm so freaking dorky, but I don't mind, because I have such a good time with things and I make fun of myself and I'm able to like not take anything so seriously. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just cool. But especially with you being a 6, it would be fun for you to have, let yourself go, do things that you wouldn't normally do. Like, what's that called? Where you're taking action in a way that you wouldn't before. Do you know what term I'm talking about?
This is screen from.
Oh, he might call back.
Okay. But if you can still hear us here. Oh, I'm just getting this major echo.
Yes. Do you want to refresh your screen? We've got about 10 minutes left. Do you want to refresh and call back in? Because
Maybe Christopher can talk with Christopher yet, if he wants to. I'll refresh.
And then also, Christopher, what was your question? Let's see. How would I tune into my soul's frequency? How would you tune into your soul's frequency? Well, according to me, we'll wait for Teresah to come back on. But I would just go inside by meditating more. And what would you, my first thing would be meditation. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Heron. So I was just saying, like, Chris wants to know how he can tune into his soul's frequency more. And I would say start there. Absolutely.
Meditation is a really excellent way to get in touch with your soul. And what I do, a real quick way, is I just close my eyes, put my right hand on my heart, breathe in really deep into my belly, and just ask a question or go, okay, heart, what would you like to say? And that is tuning in automatically. For me, that works really well. So like a direct access to my soul is my heart. So when I physically put my hand on my heart and I close my eyes and I deeply breathe in, and it's almost like an instant connection. It's almost like plugging in your power cord. For me, it feels that instant. Does that help you at all, Christopher? Was it Christopher?
You want to come on to the window now? Yes, it was Christopher.
Okay. Are we waiting for Christopher? Is he coming on?
I don't know. Well, can you type in Christopher if you want us to wait for you, or if we should just keep going? We have about a little bit of time left, so you're more than welcome. And it looks like Bruce is back from picking up your sister. So funny. Well, let's see. What would your soul's frequency, like for me, like, and Teresah, you and I have talked about this before, as far as our journey to waking up. And I like to call it waking up, because I firmly believe that a lot of people are asleep. And I feel my purpose in life that I've recently figured out not too long ago is to help out in that process and bring awareness, more awareness to human beings, that they are infinite souls, and we're all just employing a human body, but we're so much more than just a person. We're infinite conscious beings if you think about it. So my purpose is to inspire and empower people to figure out their purpose and want to even learn about it to begin with, so they wake up, and the more the merrier that wakes up. Simply put.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that was a great show. We have 7 minutes left if there's any. Yeah. If there's any other questions.
Teresah, Colin is the guy that you would probably want to look him up on Twitter. He is super in alignment with what we both are. He's a self-image strategist. His things, the inner concept of like who you hold and who you are is the only thing that is the only like limiting thing that results in your life, Colin. I'm not sure if I said that properly, but he's a really, really neat soul.
Cool. So, Colin, is he still here? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I just push follow, I see. I'm still brand new to this blab stuff, so yay. That was neat. That was fun and easy. Yeah.
I feel a bit cheated somehow, Tiff, because you've taken photographs of everybody on this show, and I didn't even get a look in. As soon as I came on, you put the camera away. Wounded. Absolutely wounded.
No, it's right here. How do you know I haven't been taking pictures the whole time?
Good point.
I actually have photographers in the background right now because this is the show launch. So
excellent. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I've added Teresah, following on Blab, but obviously I'm going to follow up on.
I'm having a hard time hearing you again, Colin.
You talk a lot of sense, Teresah. You talk a lot of sense. There's not enough people out there helping others with the aid of cards, with the aid of soul searching, getting people to really look inside and appreciate who they are at their core. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing. Tiff, yes, spot on. I work with the self-image there. But we are spiritual at our core. And once people start to recognize that and tap into that, I mean, a lot of people don't grasp the concept of living in the moment and letting go of your attachments. It's such a shame that there are not twice the amount of people out there putting this information out there, because as you know, the more times we hear something, the more believable it becomes. I mean, that's how we've got half the ideas in there. So once it starts becoming, a little bit more widespread, even though, don't get me wrong, it's huge, but if it was just that little bit more, that's all we can ask for, that just that little bit more. Who knows what the world could become with that little bit of extra push in the right direction.
Yeah. It's so exciting to help people be a little bit more aware of their own beauty. Hey, Tiff?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just had this one client who came to me once, and he was so beating himself up because he wasn't confident. And I'm going, are you sure that's the truth? And it actually turned out to be that wasn't the truth. He is trying to have confidence in something that just wasn't in alignment with who he is as a person. Because after talking to him, we found all these other things that he's really confident in. I mean, we're not supposed to be confident in every single thing.
Right.
And, we're not every human. We're one human.
Yeah. we don't have enough time on this. It's such a short time that we spend on this physical plane. I mean, it always tickles me when people talk about they haven't got any confidence. I say, well, can you open the door? Yeah, I can open the door.
What's that?
But why can you open the door? Because I just do. Yeah, in other words, you don't question it. You've done it that many times that you don't question it. That's all confidence is, not questioning something. So we're always going to be unconfident, for want of a better word, in whatever it is new. When we step out of that box, when we step out of that ego-based living, it's going to be slightly discomfortable, uncomfortable. until we acknowledge the fact that we are spiritually based, and upstairs never give us any more than we can actually handle at our core anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I suppose I better step back because I'm aware that you're trying to close the show down there. But yet again, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Colin.
much, ladies. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Awesome.
Colin.
Well,
Thanks for coming on.
Yes. Thank you. And thanks for everybody, to everybody for just being here. And this is our first show. We're super excited to do this every week, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we're really looking forward to what good this is going to do in the world. So I'm grateful for Blab, even though they're having a little bit of beta trouble. That's no big deal. We stand behind them. And yeah, did you want to say anything, Teresah, in closing?
No, I just really enjoyed our first show. It was awesome. I really had fun, and so great to meet new people. I'm so glad that we started this. I'm really looking forward to next week, 7:30 Pacific time, every Wednesday night. And Tiffany, you're in Vegas for how long?
Till Friday.
Till Friday. Are you going to see some shows yet?
Tomorrow I'm doing the Wet Republic show at the MGM, where Above and Beyond is going to be playing. It's like a pool afternoon thing. It begins at 11 in the morning and ends at 5 p.m. I believe. And then after that, I'm not sure. I have to decide my mental state afterwards. So super excited to see Above and Beyond again. I love them.
All right. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon, Bruce, and whoever else is still up there. Colin.
Bruce, Colin, and thank you, Chris, for coming on. Aaron, thank you for coming on too. And all right, well, you guys all have a lovely night, and we will catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a good week.